Ooh. Ladies, gentlemen, gamers, League of Legends lovers, and fellow Mickey Mouse users, because he's public domain now. Welcome back to more League of Legends reactions. So, you might be wondering why we have Necrit on the screen here. And that is for a very specific reason. Actually, a couple. Number one, I really like him. I think he's cool. Number two, he is going to say something that I've echoed, and I'm going to take a snippet of the entire video and show the part that just agrees with what I said. And I'm going to provide no other context and not going to let him provide anything else either. So let's see what he has to say here, and it's going to be double speed because that's how I watch things.
Architecture. After which... Alright, let's talk about that. So yeah, Smolder was revealed to shock and awe. This is where the opinions got all over the place.
And we're not going to listen to everyone's opinions because their opinions don't matter. My opinion matters. But anyway, I just want to have that there in the beginning to show that I'm not the only one who thinks Smolder's reveal was a little cray-cray. And not in a good way. But anyway, we're not here to react to his looks anymore. We are here to react to his kit, because they actually released his kit. So I don't know if there's any other video on the internet. I probably should have checked this earlier. But we have the thing here from Vanderil. Let me actually check if there's a better video, though. Let me see. And I'm going to do this on stream, and we're not going to redo the video. Smolder League kit. Oh my god, and I see they have new stuff for chess, but we're going to react to that soon. So we have a new champion highlight here. Let me see. Is this person talking over it too, or no? Because I know Vanderil is. Let's take a quick look. Very unprofessional, I know, but that's just how it is. And let me magically get the ads out of here.
So Riot just announced...
Oh my god, he's talking too. Okay, I'm going to Vanderil. I don't know who that guy is, but Vanderil I know. And I like. Let's see what Vanderil has to say. So, I know nothing of Smolder's kit. I actually don't even know what fucking role he goes. Hopefully it's ADC, but who knows. But let's take a look. I already see he's in the bot lane. I don't know if they're doing that for testing purposes, because it looks good on camera, or because he's an actual ADC. If he's an actual ADC, I'm going to get a little excited. Because the last ADC we had, which was... I'd like to say Zeri, but I'm not too sure about that, honestly. I think it's Zeri. Zeri is a whole mess of balance. This is where Riot August, I believe his name is, basically came out. I believe that's her creator. And he created a lot of other champions too. But he said Zeri is probably one of his biggest mistakes ever, and that he regrets it, and he doesn't want to ever do it again. And Zeri cannot be good because of, you guessed it, pro play. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, just looking at his model here, he looks actually pretty cool. It literally does look like you're playing a dragon from the Dragon Trainer skin line. But without further ado, without me rambling on too much more, let's see his kit. Now, shall we? Now, I won't lie. I was spoiled a little bit. I heard he might have an infinite stacking mechanic. And if he does, oh mama, I'm going to get hard. I don't know where he goes. As long as he's not a support, which I don't think he is, I'm going to get very excited. And one more thing that I almost forgot about before I go into this, and this has been in my other videos as well, here and there, peppered in, but the last champion to come out, Hui, I was very excited for. I thought he was going to be a big damage dealer, a big nuker. I was kind of comparing him to, I believe it was Invoker in Dota 2, because he's very similar with how his kit works. But my god, do I feel like he landed so flat on his face. I don't feel like he's that good. He's not that fun. I've played him, and I just keep playing him, but I'm really not enjoying him. And his kit seems too hard, and only some of the stuff in his kit really matters. So hopefully Smolder's release is not like Hui's, because Hui, to me personally, big fucking letdown. Big letdown. This is where Aphelios came out, right? Aphelios is the person who I think is most closely related to Hui, because they're both complicated with their kits. But my god, you know, Aphelios came out, and he got fucking memed on because he was so broken. And he was an ADC, so I was happy. But, you know, that's where the infamous 200 years of Riot, you know, development came in. And I think they just can't live that down. So I think maybe they got scared with Hui, and they purposefully made him not that good, because they don't want to be made fun of, but who knows. But regardless, I've rambled on, like I said, long enough. Let's actually see Smolder's kit.
Smolder is coming to League of Legends very shortly.
No way!
Thanks
What the
to
fuck
Riot,
is he doing?
I'll be able to show him to you today.
Oh!
Excuse the watermark, but that's how we got it.
What the
Smolder
hell?
is the first actual dragon champion in League of Legends.
Wow.
As Riot says,
Is he an
Shyvana is
ADC?
just half dragon, and Aurelion Sol is a celestial being, and therefore not really a dragon.
Okay,
That
what
being
the
said,
fuck is this
Smolder
kid?
and Aurelion
It looks like he can actually fly around, which is kind of crazy. It looks like he's very mobile. I don't know if he's an auto. Oh my god, I see the items. I think he's an ADC. Holy fucking shit, no way. But regardless, it seems like he's very mobile. He can actually fly around and auto you at the same time. Kind of like what Urgot does, and ironically, Urgot's right there. But this looks really interesting so far, and I'm very, very more interested because it's my main role.
Sol are rivals in game.
But let's see.
Smolder is an AD caster marksman who is
Oh
hyperscaling,
god, he's a caster. Wait, did I hear hyperscaling?
short range, and
Oh,
teamfight oriented.
short range. Ew.
He excels at area of effect damage as the game progresses.
Okay.
If you play against him, you should try to punish him in the early game, when he
Oh
is still weak.
god, he's a Kog'Maw.
Smolder is a cute creature AD
I don't
carry.
understand what he's doing.
As usual in my videos, I'm gonna focus on his abilities
Holy Jesus, what the fuck was that? Ew, ew, look at his mouth here. Ew, what the fuck is that? Ew, look at that stretching.
and his gameplay. So let's dive straight into it.
Okay.
Smolder's passive is called Dragon Practice.
Oh my god, he gets stacks for killing?
Hitting champions with abilities and killing enemies with your Q grants Smolder a stack of passive.
Okay.
Stacks increase the damage of his basic abilities.
Aw, not his autos.
Smolder's Q is called Super Scorcher Breath. Smolder
Okay.
belches flame at his enemies.
So he basically throws up on you.
This ability evolves according to your passive stack.
Oh my dear god, he's like fucking Victor and Syndra.
At 25 stacks, Q starts damaging all enemies surrounding the target.
So he gets AoE.
At 125 stacks, this ability also sends explosions beyond the target.
Oh my god, what is that like? Fucking, I'm trying to think. What breaks? It's like Lissandra Q.
They deal 75% of the ability's damage.
Yeah, it's legit like
At
Lissandra Q.
225 stacks,
Oh shit.
it burns the target, dealing max health true damage over 3 seconds.
Huh?
Enemy champions that drop below a total health threshold while
Don't tell me they get executed. Don't tell me this.
burning are killed instantly.
Oh my god.
Smolder's W is called Achoo.
Okay, so not only is he throwing up on you, he's sneezing on you too.
Smolder lets out an adorable flaming sneeze, damaging and slowing enemies' hit.
Damn, so Smolder's a child. I can only imagine what like his fucking adult form might be.
Hitting enemies causes an additional explosion.
So this is literally just Kog'Maw E.
Smolder's E is called Flap Flap Flap.
Oh my
Smolder.
god, see that looks cool. It looks very, very low duration though, but that looks pretty fucking cool. If you can get over walls with that, that's fucking broken.
Takes flight, gaining movement speed, and ignoring terrain for 1.25 seconds.
Okay, it's really low for a reason. Not only can you use this as an escape, but you can also kill people with it. If it reset, I fully expect this to be reset on takedown or something. Let's see.
While flying, Smolder attacks the lowest health enemy.
Oh my god.
And finally his ult. Smolder's R is called Mom.
Okay, so he calls in his fucking mom.
Smolder's mom breathes fire from above, dealing
It almost looks like Pantheon ult a little bit coming in, except, you know, Pantheon doesn't drop down.
extra damage and slowing enemies in the center of her fire. If this
Oh,
ability
wow.
hits Smolder, he is also healed.
Oh,
So let's have a
wow.
look at
So I really don't like caster type ADs. I like ADs that do stuff with their autos, you know, like Vayne, Kog'Maw, obviously, because I've been comparing him a lot to Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw's one of my favorite champs. Aside from that, though, I like mainly AD or auto attacking champions. So people like Lucian and Varus is a little bit of an exception, but people like Lucian I really don't like. I don't like casters, even though they're fun. I do have fun playing Lucian. They just don't scale well. You know, Sivir especially. Even though Sivir kind of scales decently well, but her damage is very over time, so she can't keep up with the hyperscalers. But apparently he's a hyperscaler, so I'm curious to see how this works. We don't know fully, obviously, his kit fleshed out. We don't know what the stacks really give you. They just give you bonus damage, but is it physical, magical? You know, what is it? Is there a cap? Because obviously the Q gets upgraded, but I'm hoping it doesn't cap at 200. They said he's a hyperscaler, so I'm assuming that means, similar to Aesol, infinite stacks. But let's see.
some of his gameplay clips. As I already said, Smolder
So you have to kill it with your Q to get a stack. That seems kind of ass. Because the Q, at least from level 1, isn't a low cooldown. That shit's kind of high. But maybe, you know, after you get AoE and after it starts doing damage, maybe it'll get better. And maybe it'll actually get really low cooldown, similar to Ezreal Q. But I'm not liking the fact that he gets stacked from his Q from killing things. It's kind of like Veigar, in a sense. And you can also hit the champions, obviously, too. But it's only with the Q, I think. So we got to go back and listen to that, actually. Let me see this shit.
is called Dragon Practice. Hitting champions with abilities and killing enemies with your Q.
Oh, so it's just any ability you'll get stacks from this. Okay. Okay. But you have to kill things with the Q, but hitting any champion with any ability gives you a stack. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad.
So let's have a look at some of his gameplay clips.
Interesting.
As I already said, Smolder is a scaling caster marksman. He relies on
like the
his
caster
abilities
part, but
as his
okay.
primary damage output.
Ugh.
So early game, it seems like you
I'm surprised
mostly
he
wanna
doesn't have a
focus on
reset.
farming your stacks. In the clips we can see that they
So that's
play
his ult.
Smolder with press the
Wow.
attack as a keystone. As for
Ew.
the items, they seem to focus on AD crit caster build with
I
Nahori,
don't know if I
SS
like his
River
autos.
and Collector. Most of Smolder's damage is physical, although he does a bit of magic damage on his E or Q.
Just imagine, you're throwing fire at people, you're like dousing them in fire, and it's physical. Like, what the fuck?
His E also allows him to go through the walls.
Wow.
What's also really important is that, as we can see here,
his AoE might be the saving grace, though. In a one-on-one, I don't think he'll be that good unless he's, like, again, scaling like a fucking animal, like, infinitely, and it's really late game. Maybe then he'll win in 1v1s. But it really does seem like it's just AoE team fight fucking for him, which is good. Which means you just farm in lane. Which
Smolder's
I like.
ultimate can crit. So his mom seems to be pretty powerful.
Wow.
Crit build definitely seems like the
Look
way
at the
to
new
go.
Scuttle, bro.
I like that gameplay-wise, Smolder is gonna be a unique champion. League doesn't really have many caster marksmen, and his kit seems fairly straightforward. Not some other 200 years craziness like we had.
So you get really easy stacks off the W, probably, because that shit is literally just Kog'Maw, but maybe slower. I wouldn't be surprised if they put an AP scaling on it, and then people build him AP, because that shit seems really easy to hit. And the ult critting, if that shit scales off AP, that shit's about to be fucking stupid.
With Aphelios, for example. I'm looking forward to play him on the PB once he is there. Let me know what do you think about Smolder, and what would you like to see me test with Smolder.
Wow, so the fucking execute shit goes on the minions too from the Q. That's wild. And I see the stacks go above 200, so maybe it is infinite. Holy shit. Also, his ability icons aren't even done, by the way. From what I can see here, his passive picture is Nar's passive. I actually didn't know this before. Wait, let me see this shit. So his passive is Nar's passive. I think his Q is Brand's W. I might be wrong about that. His W is Janna's Q. His E is... I can't really tell. And his ult is Shyvana ult. That's hilarious. Or Shyvana passive, I'm not really sure.
What do you think about Smolder? And what would you like to see me test with Smolder?
Wow.
Cheers.
I'm not gonna lie. Smolder seems very interesting. Oh my god, Skin Spotlight sent out a video. Fuck. Let's see if they have specifics real quick before we end it off. Oh, maybe they do. Here we go. Oh, no they don't. Shit. Okay, well that's whatever. I actually appreciated having it narrated to me, but that's where I'm going to end this off. I still have some more stuff to react to. Not with Smolder, but with the new season. So that's going to be a doozy. That's going to be a big one. But regardless, I'm very excited for Smolder. Any AD I'm going to try out. And, you know, the last big disappointment for ADC, I would say, was Neela. But Neela's kind of a weird case, very niche. They tried to replace Yasuo ADC, and I think it fell flat on its face. But aside from that, I feel like Zeri was really fun, really cool, breath of fresh air. They smacked her down like crazy, which I'm sad about. But Smolder looks to be interesting. I'm sad his E doesn't have any sort of a reset, or it doesn't last longer, because I think that's one of the coolest parts of his kit. Everything else is alright. Obviously, the Q is a big point of his kit, which I like. The W is kind of boring. The ult is not bad, I would say. But he definitely seems like he could be decent. We just got to see the numbers. And we don't know how he's going to be with the new items, because I don't even know the new items. But regardless, I really like him. I'm excited. I'm going to try not to get my hopes up. But that's going to be it for now. I hope everyone enjoyed. And come watch me on my Twitch channel. Twitch TV/Tecnics channel. Ho ho ho! Mickey Mouse is public domain. Whoo!